Hello again, Enterprise. Hello everybody, FunReviews here, and I'm back on the USS Enterprise retrofit. The whole ship has been rebuilt, retrofitted, with a new coat of paint and change to the impulse engines. So let's head out. Yorktown Base, requesting permission to disembark from Yorktown Docking Station 42 Beta. Thank you. Helmsman, take us out. Set a course for the Thetaroid debris field. Apparently there's a temporal anomaly there. Maximum warp. Punch it! Okay, we've cleared Yorktown. All hands, this is the captain. Here's your, of course, mandatory mission reports. Yorktown Base has detected a temporal anomaly in the Thetaroid Nebula. Our mission is to assess it, and if any ships have accidentally wandered through the temporal anomaly and have come under attack, our job is to assist them and ensure they return to their natural place in time. So, I'd like temporal shielding and maximum, as well as all systems functioning in optimal parameters. That is all. Hello everybody, FunReviews here, and now I can start the review properly. Today I'll be reviewing Star Trek Online Agents of Yesterday. The newest Star Trek Online expansion, which means I finally got to see the USS China again after a long time without using it. So, let's jump right in to the story. Punch it! Star Trek Online Agents of Yesterday is the big daddy of all the Star Trek Online expansions. They have been building this up for the whole game. From Delta Rising all the way through to Future Proof. Everything in Star Trek Online has in some way contributed to the Agents of Yesterday story arc. And it is by far the biggest of them all. We've got time travel, a new story mode, Kelvin timeline, as well as a huge war going on with the Sphere Builders, who were most commonly known in Star Trek Enterprise, which was one of the least well-known Star Trek shows. But the story has Daniels from Star Trek Star Trek Enterprise, going back in time in order to assist your captain. I'm just going to use the USS China. The USS China's captain in helping them stop an ancient race from travelling back in time, preventing Starfleet from being founded. And they've also teamed up with the Sphere Builders because of their ability to build such massive spheres. And it turns out they've also started building spheres in the Kelvin timeline. Now, for those of you that aren't Star Trek fans, the Kelvin timeline is what's known as the reboot timeline. There's the Prime timeline, which is Star Trek through Star Trek Voyager, and the Kelvin timeline, which is Star Trek 2009 through Star Trek Beyond. So they've started building spheres in the Kelvin timeline, and the USS Yorktown gets involved, and you also have to get involved saving them, as well as getting to see the new ships. So now, let's talk about the gameplay, because I always skip the presentation in expansion reviews. Let's talk about the gameplay. The gameplay for Star Trek Online Agents of Yesterday hasn't changed much from the established formula. Except now we've got ships from the vastly popular Kelvin timeline. We've got the Kelvin timeline Constitution class, which I'm sat in right now. The Dreadnought class USS Vengeance, which blew the hell out of my ship. And the Klingon Bird of Prey, which was seen briefly in Star Trek Into Darkness. But also there's equipment from the different Kelvin timeline. You've got the phaser rifle and standard phasers. But now it's time for the final level. That's a distress call. Red alert! Stand by to drop us out of warp. That's the debris field. Emergency evasive maneuvers. you dare wreck my ship, Debris! Helm, you sure you can fly this thing? Emergency evasive maneuvers, evasive pan and omega. Ugh. No! Screw the temporal prime directive. To defend the USS Kelvin, fire all phasers. Evasive pan and omega 4, photon torpedoes on standby. Fire! Torpedoes. So you've done it. You've played through all of this. It's time to play through the final level. We find out that the sphere builders are trying to create spheres in the Kelvin timeline. So it's your job to enter the Kelvin timeline and protect them. You get to go on the USS Yorktown as well as inside of a sphere. And that's it. After that, you've done it. They're apparently going to update it. But I don't know. So I'll see you guys on the next Fun Reviews. Now let's get the Kelvin home. See you guys on the next Fun Reviews. Bye!